How is everybody doing? This is Thursday morning. Book chat. Uh, yeah, it's time for me to chat about books. Okay. As you can see, it's not too sunny outside today. And I'm glad for that because I can see the computer. Uh, so I'm going to be talking about books that I'm going to read this weekend. I'm going to be talking about books I'm going to be reading in September. Oh, I'm going to go like that because I need to grab something. But we'll get this started when people get there. But sorry. I needed that. But this weekend and stuff I will be talking about. I know it's kind of early. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. But I'm awake, having my first cup of coffee, and I decided to come on. I was going to do this in videos that I was going to upload, but I decided, well, let's just talk about this like this during book chat. So I'll tell you what I'm reading this weekend, and the weekend does start on Friday. So I count weekends Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we'll talk about books I'm going to read in September. And that also means that you all get to talk about any books that you want to. Now, October, I'm not going to talk about because that's October. And I'm not going to talk about November and December because that's further down the line, too. I'm just going to talk about this weekend and next month. That's what I'm going to talk about. And next month does begin on next Friday. So next weekend is the first day of September. So that's always good. But I just wanted to chit chat this morning instead of doing a reading sprint yet. Hey, Paul. I sent you a link if you want to come up. But we're just going to talk about books, what we're going to read this weekend, what we're going to read in September. And stuff like that. Okay, bud. And yes, I am trying to get more booktubers to come up on this panel to talk about books. And the only way I'm going to do it is to start doing it. I might do this twice a week. One to talk about what I'm going to be reading Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then one that talks about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll see how that works out. But I did finish the book I was reading, and that's always a good thing. Whenever you finish a book that you're reading, it's always a good thing to finish it. And I did start a book last night to take a spot in the evening. Woo! We got 2 people in the house. Welcome to the 2. Sorry, but I need to blow my nose. So, what you're reading, everybody? Paul let us know what he's reading when he gets up here. But what else? What is everybody else reading? Wow, that's always a good question. I always like to know what other people's reading and what they're thinking about the books. The book I just got finished with, I did give it 3 stars. And the thing is, 4 stars would mean I might reread it someday. 3 stars means I probably won't reread it. And the 5 stars means I absolutely would reread it. And so that's how I do it in a way. Plus that's because you ain't going to reread something you didn't enjoy. And if you enjoyed it, but it wasn't 100% engrossed in it, then you won't reread it. That's for sure. Oh, anyway, like I said, we're just waiting to get people up here. Oh. Yeah. I guess I could do it like that. So, I'm still enjoying this room, that's for sure. But I am enjoying that we don't have much of a sun this morning. It looks like it might even rain. I don't know if it's supposed to or not. Let's find out, shall we? Is it supposed to rain here? Let's find out. No, it ain't supposed to rain here until Sunday. Supposed to rain Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and that's it. So it's supposed to be nice and sunny this morning. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Oh, okay. Hey, look.
Hello. Took me a minute to sign in.
No, I was just saying that we don't have much sun out today.
Got a little. We readjust here. Sun just got up.
Yeah. Uh, well, here it's been up since 6, and it's almost 8 now.
Yeah, I was up since 4:30. I couldn't sleep anymore. So
Yeah. That happens though with all of us. But I figured we'd talk about what we're going to be reading this weekend, next week, or if we ain't going to read, what we might be doing. Because I know you doing stuff.
yeah, projects. I can't decide what the next one I'm going to start with, but it will be soon. I finished the book I was reading. I started another one, but decided it wasn't either the book or the time of the year or that type of book I wanted to get into, so I started reading this one.
Okay, the Bone Hunters. That's cool.
Yeah, another adventure type, archaeological finds, thriller type. I'm getting really into them right now, especially with the archaeology. Now, I would never do it, but it's fun to read about it.
Oh yeah. Now, me, this weekend I will be getting more into this one, the Ice Limit,
Okay.
and it's just not. I mean, right now it's still very slow. You know that.
Yeah, it's slow. It's slow for a little while, then it'll pick up.
So I mean, I'm on page 76, and it's still reading slow. But we're gonna keep pushing it and get it read. And this is going to be one of my main books for this weekend. Mainly the main one I'm going to be reading during the daytime.
Okay.
In the evening, the main one I'm going to be reading in the evening is the same one I was reading last night. Is in Christopher Rice's Ramses the Damned, Passion of Cleopatra.
And I remember you saying that you liked it so far, but it almost sounds like a part 2.
Yeah, I think it is part 2. I think there's a book before this.
I'll have to look that one up and try to find it.
Yeah. But thing is, I if I enjoy it good enough, I will get that and the third one. Because I know the one after this just came out not too long ago, beginning of the year, right after her death is when the third book came out. I think it was the third book, but it's still an interesting read though. As far as reading goes, it is keeping me up there.
Yeah, they said The Mummy was part 1.
Okay, yeah.
And then part 3 is Osiris.
Right.
Okay.
But thing is, I'm still enjoying this one. It is it is covering what the first book covered, but not 100%, like they never do in books. But those two is going to be my main ones this weekend and today.
Ice Limit I'm going to get back into, but I started this one just to start one.
All right.
I'll get back into that one yet. I'm still waking up myself. So.
I think we all are. Now there's a third book I'm reading, which is I've been reading in the afternoon. Yesterday, I just read the book I finished because I wanted to get it finished. And so whenever I read that until it got done. But I'm doing good though this month. This is my biggest reading month so far this year. I've read at least 6 books this month.
Hey, you still got a week to go.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to get this finished. And that would make me 7. Then if I finish Ice Limit or Spider Bite, then that would make me even more. Yeah, Spider Bite I am enjoying. So, but I need to get the Ice Limit done for your 4th annual Halloween-a-thon.
Yeah, well, you do have a little time for that, so
yeah. But I got 4 more. I got 3 more books here to go with that for the Halloween-a-thon. I'm going to try to get them read in September.
Yeah, I'm kind of not doing more than 2 books at a time because I'm waiting for some one at the library that I've had on reserve for a while. It's just still on order. They still haven't got it yet.
Right. And that's understandable. Because sometimes libraries are just slow getting stuff in.
Well, that and the book just got released like 2 days ago, so they're always like a week behind.
Yeah. Well, at least you got your name in there early.
Yeah, the new Preston and Child book, Dead Mountain, is the one I'm waiting on.
Okay.
Or actually, this should say Douglas Preston book.
Is that a Pendergrass book?
No, it's a book that only Preston wrote, so it's archaeological.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk in the Anne Rice one about the that word you just said. I can't pronounce shit this morning.
Yeah, and then the one you were talking about, something with child or children. Yeah, I'm waiting for this one too.
Okay.
Those are the ones I've been putting off because I'm still waiting for them. They haven't come in yet.
No.
So right now, that's where I'm at. I'm just started one. I'm still in the Ice Limit, and I'm waiting for ones at the library. So that's other reason I'm doing projects. One to take a break from reading and do something else.
Well, sometimes we need to do other things besides reading.
Yeah. I can't just read book after book after book without having a little break in between.
Yeah. Well, that's why last week I probably didn't read at all because I needed that break.
And I did, like I said, I did finish the puzzle, but I like to do 2 layers of the puzzle glue before I put it on the wall to make sure it sticks. So I got 1 layer done, wait 24 hours and put another layer on. And
now, do you go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the glue that they gave me was just crap. They have like a little sponge on top and a little pinhole. So what I did is I tore the sponge off of it, made the pinhole bigger, put the glue on it, and the sponge works perfect for puzzle glue. It evens it out, make sure there's no bubbles, and it'll stick better. And then you got to do kind of an edge around the puzzle to get it to stick to the poster board or whatever you want to put on the wall. That's got to be at least 2 layers.
Right.
But the sponge, the first time I tried using it to spread the puzzle glue, it works perfect.
Now, do you glue it on the back and the front?
Just on the front.
Okay. Now, I know people that did that, and they used Elmer's glue and worked fine as far as it disappearing.
I tried Elmer's glue, but Elmer's glue, if you're going to put it on the wall, I wouldn't recommend Elmer's glue because usually it only stays for so long.
Mm.
Like the ones I have on the wall, I use regular Amazon puzzle glue, and I've had them on the wall for over a year and a half.
Okay.
And no problems at all. Elmer's or rubber cement usually lasts 2 to 3 months, and then the whole thing will either fall down or fall off the wall.
Okay. Well, that's something I didn't know.
Just like I've been watching a lot of art and craft stuff to get ideas for different things I want to do. I found out there's actually such thing as an electric eraser.
Okay.
I've never heard of such thing. I had to watch a video of what the heck this thing is.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it either, so that's a new one on me too. Oh, now September. What are you planning on doing in September? I know you're probably.
I still want to read. I still want to finish the books I'm at, or I still want to read. I want to get into some projects, but it's more of a switch. To me, it's more back to school changeover. State fair starts tomorrow. So it's kind of getting prepared for the fall for me. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to prepare myself now for what I want to read, what I want to do for projects.
Right.
Kind of watching other people's stuff, what they do, how they do it, to get ideas. Not to do it the same way, just kind of give me ideas of doing stuff.
Right.
Because me and Erica did both the sides since I accidentally got 2 diamond dots to do both of them at the same time because she's done like 50 or more, and this will be my first one.
Right.
So I'm definitely going to need hints, tricks, whatever, to see what I can do to help me out.
Oh, yeah. And
I know it's not going to come out perfect. And when I was on Vinny's yesterday, there was somebody up there. They gave me an idea of something which I didn't know. There's a special type of glaze or glue you put on it to make sure the dots don't fall out. And I've heard of it, but I didn't know what it was called or where to get it at or anything. So that's new to me.
That was CW, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was Chan. And then
I was watching.
Yeah, with Erica getting her case and their light board and all this other stuff, I barely heard about it, didn't know it existed. I found out it's much easier to see the numbers or letters if you have a light board and there's 3 different brightnesses and you hook it up to your laptop. And the brighter it is, the easier it is to see the numbers or letters, so it's easier to do the diamond dots.
Okay.
Every time I turn around, there's something else I never heard of. I found something for diamond dots Erica's never heard of. It's like, when did that come out? It's like, I don't know. I never heard of it.
Well,
it's like anything else. You start out slow and you work your way. You can go as big as you want. There's millions of things out there. But I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, yeah, there's a million things out there for all of these different things.
Right.
What are the best ones that I can afford? What's the ones that work? Which ones do I want to avoid because you don't want to waste money? There's a big market out there. Some things you go to buy is just crap. But I ain't spending $150 on one paint either.
Right. Yeah, my mom used to do those one things back in the day where you buy the tubes of paint and stuff.
And our dollar store, Dollar Tree, just started recently selling not only the real small canvases, but also starting selling the acrylics and oil paints, which I've never seen at a dollar store.
All right.
But I was looking them up in the reviews and how good they are. It's like they're not as bad as you might think. And I never knew that Louis Vuitton or Gucci got in the art business.
Oh.
They made their own colored pencils.
Okay.
Gucci wants $800 for 12 pencils, which I found out are completely crap. Crayola is gourmet compared to them.
Mm.
And then Louis Vuitton wanted $1,200 for 12 colored pencils.
Yeah.
And you go to write with them. As soon as you write with them, they snap in half. They're worthless.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad other people got the money to do that kind of stuff. I don't want to spend $1,200 on pencils to find out as soon as you write with them, they break.
Right. Thing is, people should stick with Crayola because they've been doing it a lot longer than anybody else.
Yeah, and Crayola is kind of like the thing that gets people into it. You start off small, it's cheap, you can find it everywhere you look.
Yeah.
It's not the worst, but it's not the best, but it's a starter.
Right.
And then I found out they have oil-based markers, pens, pencils. They have watercolor-based, acrylic-based. There's a whole thing I didn't even know was out there.
Mm.
And the main art headquarters is in, what is it, the middle or Southern California.
Already?
There's a big art warehouse. It just probably takes up like, I'd say almost an acre. Just one warehouse store of just art supplies. It's nonstop. Here. Even if you hate stuff, it's like, what the hell is this?
Now, like I said, I do have 3 more books that I'm going to be reading for yours. And one of them is Rage, because of Jonathan Mayberry. This is the second Joe Ledger series. I never read the first one, but if I liked it.
That one I actually listened to on audiobook. It's not one of his best ones, but it's
that's what Ian said, that it wasn't one of his best, but the thing is, it's about the only Joe Ledger one I found in my price range.
I believe it, because some of his stuff can get pricey.
So that's why I ended up with this when it came out. And I just haven't read it. I haven't read nothing of Jonathan Mayberry, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm always looking forward to when I get to read new authors. I think that's why I got so many.
Well, I think of Jonathan Mayberry, even though I've read only a few of his books, I think of him as old 80s horror.
Okay.
80s horror books, not movies. More paperbacks from hell type stuff, so you can kind of get prepared for that.
Okay. Now the other one I'm going to read is Clive Cussler. Good shit.
Yeah, I have a few of him. The Dark. I just looked on my shelf. I got a few of the Dirk picked books, but I just prefer Sam and Remy Fargo. That's just my preference.
Well, this is Clive Cussler and Graham Brown that wrote this one. And this is the Numa Files, and has Kurt Austin adventure.
Okay. See, Austin, I haven't read any of those adventures. I know he has different series.
Right.
And like the one I just finished, James Rollins' book. The reason I like these books so much is there's always based on some fact and fiction. And at the very end of the book, he tells you what part is based on fact and what he made up.
Okay.
In the story. So it's like, as you're reading, you got to figure out, does this have anything based on actual fact, on any history? Is this stuff made up? And you don't get the answers till the very last 10 pages of the book.
All right. Then the vampire one is that new book I was saying. The El Norte, Vampires of El Norte, or El Norte.
I am really curious if they have any Spanish words in there.
Well, Nestor has one of those marks over the E. But mainly it's looks
Okay, El Norte is commonly referred to the northern cultural and geographic area in Mexico. But the English part of El Norte, it has to do with the newspaper. So it could have multiple or different meanings to it.
Right. They had the Spanish names like Alto. So not much. It's mainly done in American or English or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. So yeah, it could have a couple different meanings. It all depends on El Norte mainly took place during 1776, and you know what happened in 1776.
Yeah.
So I think you'll like it because it goes back that far.
Right.
Whoever thought of vampires back in that age? I mean, besides like Bram Stoker and a few others, there isn't many that talked about it back then.
And then another one, I try to get done with those ones September. If I have time, I'm going to go ahead and start this one.
Okay.
Which is the 4th book of the Dark Tower series.
Yeah, I have most of the ones for yours out. I just haven't got into them. I knew I could wait for them, so.
Yeah. Now, did you watch the update on that?
Yes, I did. I did watch the update, how you can double, triple, quadruple, everything.
Okay. I figured it'd be easier for the first time around.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm trying to wake up. I'm on my first cup of coffee.
Well, I'm trying to wake up without coffee today. It's a non-coffee day, and I threw out all my cigarette stuff.
So you try and go cold turkey on everything?
Well, mainly the trigger for most of the cigarettes were the coffee. So if I go without the coffee, that's what wanted me to smoke in the morning was the coffee. If I go without the coffee, I'm usually okay most of the day.
Okay.
But I do have that e-cig that's supposed to last a week. It's almost been a month and I still have it. It's lasted me for like a long time. But the price has doubled, so I'm going to try to quit that too.
All right.
I had them they were on sale, buy one get one free for $14.99. Now the cheapest one's $35. It's like I ain't doing that.
Right. Yeah, it's just stupid how prices goes up for less and less. I mean,
yeah, 6 months ago they were all $10 and $15. Now their cheapest one is $35. It's like
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one.
It's like, why do you guys change the prices? Oh, we were told by the state we got to keep up and add anything in the tobacco and the liquor stores because of the way our state works. So anything for alcohol or tobacco, they're jumping the prices and want to get them even more expensive than it is in Canada. And we all know Canada charges a grip for that stuff.
Right. Excuse me. Oh, but yeah, I figured I'd do this type of show today instead of the reading sprint this morning, because sometimes it's about popping.
But I will say the one thing that is going down in prices is chewing tobacco. They figure only the old people like us will even touch this stuff. So as long as it's in pouches, you're never paying more than $4.50. But if it's in the tins or the round cans, they want $11, $12 now.
Yeah. I'm lucky because I'm still for 12 cans. I'm still paying like less than $20. Now the thing is, if I didn't buy it in the tubs, 12 cans would be well. If I wasn't buying it in the tubs, because the tubs is what they're supposed to be 12 cans of snuff in a tub, and that's less than 20. But if you actually bought the cans itself, 10 of them is like $28.
10 of those up here would be $120.
Okay.
But you get it in a pouch form, like say, you get the same thing in like pouch form. They're only like $4.50. So it's a huge difference.
Yeah. They only did. I mean, the two different things about the can and the pouch. The pouch goes in the jaw, and the can goes in the lip.
The other thing is, I think you're closer to where the tobacco companies and all the other companies that doing tobacco, so it'd be a lot cheaper, and they don't accept coupons up here anymore. So that's a huge difference.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing down here is really I haven't seen pouch of chewing tobacco since I've been here for the last 13 years.
That's strange. I thought there'd be like tons of it out.
Because that's what my uncle used to do. He chewed and smoked cigars. He would get up in the morning, have a cigar. After lunch, he would have a cigar. After supper, he would have a cigar. Rest of the time, he was chewing.
So my favorite brand is probably Applejack, and I haven't seen that in years. It only came in pouch form. All of a sudden, they quit making it out of the blue.
Yeah, I've tried that beech nut. That's
no,
terrible.
It's not good.
So I mean, I started out on male pouch.
Okay, that one I don't think I've tried yet.
That is one of the strongest chewing tobaccos out there, even back in the day. So, yeah, it has a real strong flavor. I mean, it's good because of this flavor, but it's dry. It's a dry flavor.
The weirdest one I ever found is overseas. They were selling one, and they temporarily had it here, where it's actually moonshine flavored chewing.
Oh, really?
It's very hard to find.
I've never heard of it. So, but the other day I did break it down and buy me a $5 cigar. So I don't do it very often. I think that's the first one I had this year.
Okay, well that's good then.
Yeah.
I just figured, hey, it's with the slight health issues I'm having, I figured, well, it's best to see what I can do to try to get healthier and try to cut out a lot of the crap it was more of a habit than anything. Right. I'm so used to it. You just want to do it all the time, and breaking a certain habit you get used to. Like, say you went a week without coffee. Would you want to be around anybody for that first day or two?
Now, the thing is, coffee don't work on me like everybody else. Okay. I actually like the flavor of coffee, but it doesn't hype me up.
Okay.
The flavor wakes me up, but the caffeine does not hype me up.
Okay.
So I'm one of the ones I'm one of the weird ones when it comes to that. I mean, I can drink 3 pots and go to sleep. No big deal.
Yeah, very few people I know will actually like the taste of coffee, especially the way my grandfather used to do it, straight black, as thick as you can get it, right, or as strong as you can get it. That's all he ever drank.
Right.
Forget 3 tablespoons. You probably put a half a cup in.
I got a dipper about this big, and I use that heaping. So mine's not weak.
Yeah, I wouldn't say ours is weak or strong, but I throw like 3 heaping tablespoons in there. Anything over that, I get a little jittery, but anything under that, it feels watered down. That
Yeah.
just seems to be a cool medium for us, and that's where
good.
we're at.
Now, my cousin, when she makes coffee, you can read the newspaper through it.
Wow. And you always heard stories about people you could dump the cup upside down and it's so thick it never come out. It's like that's a little too much.
You need a spoon to eat it with.
Yeah, I call that pudding, not coffee.
Oh, coffee pudding.
Hey, there's an idea for any inventors out there. Coffee pudding.
Yeah.
Hey, they make coffee cake. I got for her late birthday gift, and she enjoyed it. First time I tried it too.
Ooh.
She could taste more caramel in it. I could taste more of the coffee because it's an espresso cake called tiramisu.
Yeah, tiramisu is good.
First time I had it, all I could taste was coffee. All she could taste was caramel. It's the exact same thing.
Right.
But I figured why not try something different. It was definitely different.
Right.
But it's pricey.
Yeah. A tiramisu is good, but it's rich.
Yeah. I love rich items, but I can't handle the sugar.
Right. And you shouldn't be eating it in the first place with your diabetes.
Once a year is not going to hurt. Just like we said, forget. It's like we ain't making anything in this heat. Let's just order a pizza. And they said it'd be 45 minutes to an hour. It's here in like 25 minutes. The box is so hot you couldn't hold it.
Right.
That never happens. You always get it delivered. It's like, well, I'm lucky if the box is warm. You couldn't even touch a box. It was so hot. I mean, they took it right from the oven and ran right over here.
That's good then. That's always good when you get it nice and hot.
Yeah, nobody wants to cook anything in the oven when it's 100 degrees or more.
Yeah.
Like, no. I don't even feel like making anything when it's that hot.
Yeah. That's what I said. Here in South Carolina, it's been a cool summer. I've actually made chili throughout the summer this year.
Okay.
That's how cool it's been. Very seldom did it go past 89.
How do you like your boxed meals the other day, or that stovetop, or did you make it?
I prefer the homemade more.
Well, I believe that. It's mainly just a filler. Like you said, you like homemade. It's kind of just a filler in between meals is how I look at it. Anything frozen is just a filler meal.
Yeah.
Light snack, however you want to call it.
Right.
Some idiot don't know how to use a car alarm. There's one person in the building that goes every time they open their door or shut their door, it goes off for like 12 minutes straight.
Oh.
Nobody knows how to work a car alarm over here. It's ridiculous. It's like, is that? Sometimes they'll yell out there, "Is that your damn ringtone?"
But it's weird how things works out sometimes. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are a few decent people in the building.
yeah,
But you always have that one idiot if you're in an apartment. I don't care how big or small it is.
I agree with that. I hate apartment living.
Too bad we couldn't have got the one next door to us because that's just a side by side. You got one neighbor and that's it.
That would be better, but no neighbors even better.
True. No neighbors is better, but if you get along with a person that's next door to you, it kind of helps.
Yeah. But I'm still trying with my eyeballs.
I understand that.
So
on one of these days, no matter where I sit, everything's uncomfortable.
right. I mean, the reason why I read these during the daytime because it's easier for me to see it when I have plenty of light because of the small print. That's why I read the mass markers during the day.
And then the hardcovers in the afternoon or evening, or
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll have to read the hardcovers with the outside on it because a lot of the stuff I get from the library and it's taped down.
Right.
You took the tape off, you'd actually destroy the book. So I almost have to leave it on.
Right.
The way they tape it, you're going to tear up the book if they take it off.
Right. Personally, I haven't had trouble taking that tape off. It's, it's weird because you got to be very careful, but you can get this adhesive stuff where you put it on the backside of the tape and it lifts the stickiness off the book.
Okay.
But if you do that to the library book that you borrowed, then they probably will get pissed off.
Oh yeah, if I did the library book, then what they'll do is they'll say, okay, we're going to bill you for the book, and the book I just read is $33, not on sale. Right. It's like no.
But no, that's just when I buy books from the library. I do that, and then there's sometimes they don't work where then I have to leave it taped.
Or you get a little sticker on here that every time you go to take the sticker off, no matter what you do, it'll wreck the thing on it.
Those are easy to take off if you put some goo big on there.
Okay, I'd have to look for that stuff. I know they have it around, but a lot of that places I used to get all that stuff from, like the hardware stores, they don't exist except for the suburbs and outside in the really small towns. There are no hardware stores left in cities.
I got a eraser that people uses to clean comics.
Oh, okay. See, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah. And the only thing it does is take the dirt off. Well, it takes stickers off too. Like if you pull it off and that residue sticker is still on there.
Yeah, that's what the problem I keep having.
It takes that right off. But someday I'll show you what I'm talking about. I have to find it again. But yeah. That's how I clean my books. That's how I clean the comics.
Too bad there's something you can't put on a book where it's either a regular book or a holograph, where you can put it on the book without damaging it and kind of make it shine up a little bit.
Right.
I didn't know if there was such a thing, but
not to my knowledge. But it does. The thing is with this eraser, everybody. I mean, at first when it first came out, everybody going, "You can't do it because it'll take off the ink, and dull the comics or dull the covers of the books." But it doesn't. It just takes off the dirt. And when I say dirt, I'm talking about those things. When people decide to write with ink on there, it'll take it off. Pencil, take it off. If it got dirty, it'll take it off.
That's one thing I was impressed about the electric erasers, because people heard of it, never tried it. So what they did is they bought different brands, different kinds, different prices.
Mm-hmm.
It can erase oil, acrylic, watercolor, marker, pen, permanent marker. It can erase.
Right.
And you know how hard permanent marker is to erase.
Right.
And then you can get the batteries, or you can get the ones that plug into the wall or the laptop. They're all different sizes. You definitely have to look around because they're in a variety of price ranges too.
Right. Oh. Now, I figured I'd come on, talk a little bit about this, have me some coffee, and wake up with people that likes to chat while they're waking up.
Yeah, I figure we go long enough. We get a few more people in here.
Oh yeah,
It's still early.
yeah. The chairman ain't in here, and he probably won't be in for another half hour.
What about Terry? You should be up.
He should be, but it depends what time he went to bed. I know he was. I know he was up past 2 a.m. his time.
Wow. Yeah, it's a little late for me to go to bed at that time. I'd really have to have nothing going on like the next 2 days in a row.
Mm. But when he does that, he'll get up around 10 o'clock my time. Which is 3 o'clock his time in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh. But what I hate about that is you wake up and it's 3 p.m. I wasted my day. No, you didn't waste your day. Your body needed the rest.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen Sherry here in a while from last night.
Right.
You know, working their 2 jobs and such.
Right. Well, hopefully she can get the cleaning business going that she wants to start doing.
Well, whatever she's doing, I'm just hoping she's happy with what she's doing. Because
Right.
the worst thing you can do is go to 2 or 3 jobs and you can't stand any of them.
Right.
That's the worst.
Right. Well, the regular job she has is the tobacco shop.
Hmm.
And she told them that she can only work Friday, Saturday, and Sundays for them now instead of all week long. And then the rest of the week we're working for herself.
Well, those are the busiest. Yeah, tobacco or a liquor store you're working at. You work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
That's when they're the busiest.
Right.
And it's almost impossible to get a job at a tobacco store here because they're all owned by Middle Eastern people. And they only want to hire, just like a lot of the Asian places that are owned, they only want to hire family members. Keep it as a generational thing.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, the people that owns the one that she works at is Middle Eastern also.
Really? She got a job there. The only person I've ever seen that's gotten a job there is a young white guy that actually is engaged to the owner's daughter.
Well, there's 3.
He's a nice kid, you know.
Where Cherry works, there's 3 white ladies that works there.
Okay.
But the thing is, it could be that their family members could still be over in the Middle East, and that's why they're doing it. But they are in Arkansas, and Arkansas is still kind of racist. So.
Yeah, see, I've never been down there. I don't know that much about it.
Yeah.
I know there are certain areas still like that, but I didn't know that was one of them.
Yeah. That is Louisiana. But in Louisiana, it's reverse racism.
Oh, I got you.
I mean, there's streets that a white person ain't allowed after dark.
I got you.
So, and the thing is, there is more and more reverse racism than there is racism. from the whites. I ain't gonna say there ain't none. I'm just saying there's more reverse racism towards the whites than there is whites towards any other.
Yeah, I think a lot of that started during the whole pandemic type deal.
Well, the thing is, the government will throw shit, and people will grab it and run with it, and then the government can do whatever they want to do. That's all that shit.
I mean, I understand what they were trying to do with BLM, with Black Lives Matter. I understand what they were trying to do, but in my opinion, they did it the wrong way because of the fact that they went bankrupt. BLM went bankrupt 6 months ago.
Well, the thing is, the people that got credited for it was the two black older ladies, and they ain't the ones that started it.
No, I'm friends with a few of them in the building here. We have complete opposite political views, but we'll say, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on?" Where did that come in?
Right. But the thing is, the person that got the old ladies into it, the two old ladies, was a white German that was set underneath the regime of Hitler.
Oh, so it's kind of somebody kind of
it started.
Social media overdoing everything.
Yep.
Because we still know, like, the First Nations and the Native Americans, Indigenous, whatever you want to call them, have been treated like crap in certain parts of Canada forever. They always will be.
Well, they've been treated like shit here in America.
Well, yeah, and then you got the Christian-Muslim war that's been going on for 4,000 years.
Yeah.
The way that the Jews were treated in World War I and II. I mean, we keep going back as far as...
Okay. Now, there is something the only thing we hear is about the Jews.
Right.
But there's more than Jews going into those furnaces.
Exactly.
You had Dutch. You even had full-blooded Germans going in there because they didn't look right.
And I have records of when they first came into Poland where I had relatives that were 100% Polish.
Yeah.
One of the first people that went into the furnaces.
Right.
In Auschwitz.
Right.
Because everybody asked me, it's like, well, if you knew people that went there, or you had family generations and went back there, aren't you Jewish? It's like, no, the media don't tell you everything.
No, they don't.
As soon as they started Auschwitz, they started throwing Polish prisoners in there. I mean, there's every person that dealt with the war, especially if you're elderly, special, whatever you want to call it, they wouldn't care where you came from. You were the first ones thrown in there.
Right. I mean, the thing is, if you didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes, a lot of them got thrown in there too.
Yeah, their whole Aryan type thing. Yeah.
And you know what I always thought was funny about that? Hitler himself did not have blonde hair and blue eyes.
No, and he's actually not from Germany. He was from Austria, if I remember correct.
Probably.
Because he tried to run during World War II and nobody wanted him there. So he went back to Austria, found some head guys that he worked under through Germany, became in power in World War II.
Right.
So he wasn't even German and he still got elected.
Yeah. Well, we elected a person that wasn't American to be president a while back.
I'm sure there's going to be more.
Thing is, it shouldn't be because it's supposed to be against it. But the thing is, what they did. See, the thing is, what people don't understand is when you get adopted, you get a new birth certificate. And the date and stuff is the time that you're adopted.
And I really wouldn't be surprised if you see more celebrities running for office. Just because it's such a hard job. You can't satisfy every single person in the States.
But the thing is, I'm satisfied when the president ain't trying to sell us out. like what's going on now.
Yeah.
They really need to impeach the old ass.
That's why I consider myself non-political, because to me,
Right.
there's something with everybody's in office. Whether
Right.
you know about it or not, there's something that's okay.
Right.
You can bring this up forever or bring
Right.
this up. But yeah, I just don't like the whole
Yeah.
concept of Democrat, Republican, because that's the only people that ever get in office.
Right. And the thing is, if people would get smart and start voting for these independent people, it'll show the other two organizations that they ain't top dog no more.
Yep.
And they might work a little bit harder to put in people that is worth being put in.
I agree. They need a good third party out there that's going to show the other two, hey, if you guys don't work together, why the heck are you even in politics?
Yeah.
Because they refuse to work together.
I mean, you take Biden. They knew he was senile when they put him up for to be elected.
Yeah.
Because he was senile when he was vice president. Let's get off there because I don't have no books about it.
Yeah.
Now I do have the American Rebels up there. That is, I need to get read sometime, which is a nonfiction. I don't have many nonfiction, but when I do, it's usually about the wars.
Yeah, I don't have any nonfiction either. And if you're going to talk Western, the only Western horror I really can say I either read or enjoyed was that Western horror they advertised on Facebook.
Okay.
Different horror authors were doing their version of a Western.
Okay. I'm going to get me a cup of coffee. That's why I turned off my camera. But I'm still right here in the same room.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about having a coffee pot in here.
Do your last one already? Yeah, I guess you could say I have a lot of stuff I could get into.
Yeah.
But it all depends on, okay, what's the day going to bring? What do I have planned that day? And mainly the temperature.
Yeah. This is the book I was talking about, American Rebels.
Okay.
It's how the Hancock, Adams, and Quincy families fanned the flames of the revolution.
Okay.
And it has stuff like that in it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about James Rollins' books. He does have pictures in there. Not like every 50 pages, but it's all based on technology now. It's all black and white, but it's still pictures.
Now, Nina Sankovich. She's one that wrote this. And she's also wrote the Lows of Massachusetts. So, and I like the Revolutionary War as far as studying it.
Yeah, I think the only biography I ever read is, well, actually two. I read the biography of Kane, Taker's brother, and then I noticed in the library they had a book on Corey Taylor, who's the lead singer, first lead singer I know of two different bands at the same time. Stone Sour and Slipknot, how he got into the business, the wild parties they had, what he went through to get where he was at. It was just different.
Right.
And nobody's ever heard of hard rock or metal in Iowa where they started.
Right.
I mean, out of Iowa, really?
And now that there is Terry's thing. He likes reading those books about that's the bios about the singers.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I'm like, I don't think I could read those.
I tried doing stuff, reading stuff by celebrities. It's like, no.
The only celebrity that I actually enjoyed reading the bio of was what's his name? The black and white pictures, the big nosed dude. W.C. Fields.
Okay.
W.C. Fields. His biography was interesting.
I think the only one my dad would ever read, since he was never into books, would be anything in Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
He hated horror, but he loved those shows, those movies.
Right. Well, the thing is, Alfred never considered his stuff horror. He always considered it as thrillers and suspense and mystery. Like a mystery thriller or mystery suspense. Or
I was watching a video yesterday, and since Halloween's coming up, I thought I'd throw it up there. It's like, remember the I don't know if you've ever seen the video, but you remember the song Monster Mash?
Yeah.
Did you know that was banned for 11 years by the BBC channel? Because when it came out, they thought it was too scary.
I
thought that was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, that is hilarious.
And the video is not even scary.
No.
Maybe it was the time it came out, because it is an older song.
Right. That came out when?
Long time ago.
First time I heard it was, I think I was a little kid, which would make it in the 70s. Between little kid and beginning of the teenage years. Because I thought I was a teenager when I was 10, because I had 2 digits.
Yeah, I started watching videos the other day of, here, it came out in 1962.
Okay, even later than I thought. Or earlier than I thought, I should say.
I started watching all these videos on why this music was banned in other places. It's like, some of these are the dumbest rules you ever heard.
Right. Oh.
Or that old TV show, Bosom Buddies. That was banned in a few countries. Because they thought they were cross-dressers or dressed in drag, and it was against their political beliefs.
Yeah.
But it was a comedy. It was a stupid comedy.
Right. Well, it's just like now the gays and stuff trying to use that against everybody our age, saying, you was watching cross-dressers back in... Well, the thing is, they wasn't cross-dressers. They was actors trying to make a living.
Exactly. They're doing what they can to make the money they needed to do to survive. Now, you can call it whatever you want.
Now, Flip Wilson, I don't know about him.
Yeah, I didn't go back that far. But, yeah, time to time, you see either Saturday Night Live or go back to earlier shows. I'm sure a lot of people did it, either for attention or money or, to make money.
Right. I mean, that's just it. Even back then, people needed money. Oh. I mean, you can go all the way back to the biblical days and beyond, and people needed money. People needed something to trade or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
then they try to make it as a trend. In my opinion, that's kind of dumb. But Everything's got to be trendy now. Everything's got to be all over social media, even if it's only for one day. It gets ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah, I decided I'm going to be trendy. I'm going to be trendy of keeping my mouth shut and moving on. That's hard for me to do, though.
I understand.
But no, I don't care what anybody does as long as they leave me out of it.
And I do notice too, the people that seem to trend the most on social media are the people that have all these followers. You get a ton of followers, no matter what you put on the screen, somebody's gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd rather stay small instead of being so big that it doesn't matter.
The reason I'm bringing that up is we started watching. I tried to watch this new Gordon Ramsay show called Food Stars,
Right.
where he introduces his food to the people that are social media icons and trending all the time and this, that, whatever, to see if they can make advertisements and commercials to advertise their stuff because they want to get in the restaurant business. And come to find out, hey, it doesn't matter how well you can edit. If you can't do the video where you're going to advertise what you're selling the right way, you're going to fail completely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I put videos up, you can guarantee there ain't no editing. If I mess up when I'm filming, I'll delete it and start over.
Well, I can understand part of the editing process.
Well, I can. I just don't have the tool no more.
Yeah, I don't have this stuff. I don't want to really get into it. I'm sure a few people I know are into it. But the reason I say it is kind of good because one of the art people I was watching or started watching, they said it took 5 months to film this half-hour video because it took so long to complete the project.
Right.
That makes sense to me.
Right.
Because you're not going to do a daily vlog for 10 minutes a day for 5 straight months. You want to put it all together.
Right. And I understand that. And that's the good part about the editing process. But when you do a video, a 10-minute video, you should be able to do it with very little complication.
I don't care how long you've been on YouTube or how much in front of an audience you get, you do stumble over your words once in a while. Right. No matter, even if you're a natural speaker, right. All of a sudden you'll say the wrong word and somebody will mistake it the wrong way. It's a slip up. Come on. I'm not in politics.
Right. Right. And you're not getting paid.
Exactly.
You're just a human trying to have fun. That's what I do. I try to have fun.
But I did notice a few of the huge YouTubers out there. All they do now is advertisements for other companies. That's all their videos are.
Yeah.
They don't even do anything anymore. It's just advertisements for companies that are out there.
Right. And it's boring when they do that. But
there is a. I was checking out the new fall TV schedule, and usually, once in a while, there'll be a new show that's decent or worth watching. But they got this one, Chris Farley's ex-partner. I forgot his name, but he's doing a show called Snake Oil. I thought it was interesting because you know what snake oil is.
Yeah.
The whole game show is based off advertisements, not only in the U.S., but all over the world. And all you have to do is decide, is this a real ad for a real product or is it snake oil? Because, in infomercials, some people will sell the dumbest stuff or the cheapest crap out there.
Oh, yeah.
Sell it for a fortune. Yeah. I just thought it was an interesting concept.
I never heard of it. So
Yeah, I just started seeing the previews for it, but there's a blurred line because of what is actually out there and what people make up as fake ads, because people advertise anything and everything you can imagine.
right. Well, I think I'm going to get off here and get some reading done.
Probably do the same thing. I'm waiting for the mailman. I figured, well, I can tell if he's behind me. If I got it. And it's nice enough to open the balcony. It's only like 65, 70 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's perfect now.
Yeah, somebody just walked behind you.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 90 some later, but right now it's perfect.
Right.
So,
Well, like you said, it's not even sunny like it usually is at this time. And, where I can't hardly see the screen.
mhm.
I can see the screen perfectly today.
And usually the lights behind me is so bright, I can't see anything,
Right.
especially in the afternoon because we get the afternoon sun in here.
Right.
But during the daytime or early evening, I can sit here all day and just read.
Right. That's why I put the chair here. Because if I put it a little bit over this direction, I'll probably have to have a lamp. If I put it a little bit in that direction, I'll be in the way of myself. So.
And I always have the lamp on the wrong side. It's like, well, I feel like sitting over here today, but the lamp's over there.
Now my sister, I'd like to steal her light because she has that one that would clip to the chair, and you just put it where.
Adjustable table lamp type deal. Oh, I love those things.
Yeah, I'm about ready to steal hers.
I saw this new one that's like 4 foot tall, and you can put it all the way on the other side of the table just by stretching it out or whatever extension. It's like, fine, I'll move over here, use the light, and move. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, I used to have a lamp with a magnifying glass on it, and towards the time I quit doing puzzles, I was using that a lot on the puzzles.
My opinion, the best is the overhead light, but a lot of the big cities, you'll get an apartment or a place with no overhead lights except for in the bedroom.
Right.
When you get to the suburbs or the smaller towns, every room has an overhead light. It's weird how they do that, but
right. That's just because the people having the apartments built is too cheap to put one in.
yeah, and the carpets are. I won't even go into how bad they are in apartments.
Right. Well,
But,
thanks.
Yeah, I was just gonna say before you leave, if you're doing anything later, this is one day I have nothing going on, so
Okay.
I'm available. So.
Well, I might do some reading sprints, maybe this afternoon and this evening, or just this evening. I'm not sure. Depends how long it takes me to do other stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab. What time is it? About 8. Probably grab breakfast and kind of sit and relax for a little while.
Yeah.
From there. So.
Yeah, best way to do it. So thanks for coming up.
Yeah, no problems.
Talking about books. And I'll talk at you later, bud.
Yeah, I'll be here. So
Okay.
One.
Yeah, tell Erica hi.
I will.
Okay.
Erica,